The Matrix is very real, and it's getting very complex in the way they operate and their deception. And you have to have very good discernment and understand the occult to see exactly what's taking place. Let's take a look here at this Project Veritas, and just the name itself before I show any of the footage. Let's take a look at the name Project itself. Project is 33. And the name Veritas, where's it derived from? Veritas in Roman mythology, Veritas meaning truth, was the goddess of truth, daughter of Saturn, and the mother of Veritas. It was believed that she hid in the bottom of the holy well because she was so elusive. Her image is shown as a young virgin dressed in white. Veritas is also the name given to the Roman virtue of truthfulness, which was considered one of the main virtues of any good Roman should possess. In Greek mythology, Veritas is known as Aletheia and is the daughter of Zeus, a creation of Prometheus. Veritas was once depicted nude holding a mirror. So you understand the Masons behind all these concepts, all about the occult once again. Now let's take a look here at James O'Keefe himself in the video. Take a listen to what he says here.
This is part one of our undercover investigation into the dark, backroom dealings of the Hillary Clinton presidential campaign. The culmination of a year-long investigation infiltrating the machine from the bottom all the way to the White House. There are concerns this election will be rigged.
Though that is rigged is our reality, and this guy, no doubt whatsoever, is part of the rigged reality. Let me continue on here. Just want to mention that this guy is no hero whatsoever. If you're a Trump supporter or a Hillary Clinton supporter, you're equally deceived in this world. Both parties are one working against us. This is how they keep their power, keeping us all fighting, and it keeps them in power, which keeps the eyes off them.
Not for union guys? Filter bad.
Now you'll notice all these letters flashing in front of the screen with boxes. Okay, there's a reason for everything they do. Okay, I'm going to get into that in a little bit. Let's continue on.
We have mentally ill people that we pay to do shit. Make no mistake.
It's going to be Cesar Vargas.
I got a priest to cry on camera once.
You know, Brad, Bob, and Lux, and myself are all part of the old school method where it doesn't matter what the freaking legal and ethics people say. We need to win this motherfucker.
Stop it right there before he starts to swear. Understand these people involved. Just take a look at the Masonic holding of the glasses. I've covered this before. These people are supposedly on hidden camera. Supposedly the ones inciting the violence at Trump rallies. Continue on here, a little bit more of the video.
There is a narrative that supporters at Trump rallies are violent and dangerous, looking to beat up protesters who don't agree with them. But our undercover investigation into the Hillary Clinton Democratic Party machine reveals a very different story.
If you're there and you're protesting and you do these actions, you will be attacked at Trump rallies. That's what we know.
So that's part of the process of eliciting the reaction.
The whole point of it is we know that Trump's people will freak the fuck out. His security team will freak out, and his supporters will lose their shit.
This is Scott Fogel. He's the National Field Director for Americans United for Change. He used to work for People for the American Way, an organization funded by George Soros. He also has his own company called the Fogel Group. He is one of the dark operatives for the Clinton campaign.
Understand, again, this is nothing more than a puppet show. They're all working together. For those that are new to my channel, it's all about masonry with signs and symbols. From the Masonic Encyclopedia, out of evil comes good. However, and the confusion of tongues gave rise to the ancient practice of Masons conversing without the use of speech. So when it all comes down to, don't trust a word these Masons say, just look for the signs and symbols. They're going to be there. So I pointed out before as well, when it comes to numbers, like Plato once stated, numbers are the highest degree of knowledge. It's knowledge itself. And also when it comes to signs and symbols, how they rule the world, not words nor laws. Now just taking a look at James O'Keefe himself. Okay? That's all you need to see these Masonic hand signs. If you follow my channel, this is going to be very obvious. Just like all these other fake, phony truth speakers such as Jesse Ventura, doing basically the same Masonic hand sign. Again, it's just a puppet show. Everybody you see on TV, they're part of it. It's just like pro wrestling, which Jesse Ventura was part of. He was born James Janos. But interesting enough, as a pro wrestler, he went into acting using the stage name Jesse Ventura, and also as governor, continuing to use the stage name Jesse Ventura instead of his real name. And why not? The world's nothing but a stage, just like pro wrestling is. A lot of people debated over the years, the early 60s, 70s, and 80s, if wrestling was real or not. These same people don't know the reality, so-called reality we live in, is rigged as well. Take a look at this photo of James O'Keefe. The same exact Masonic hand sign. Another image, another photo, I should say, of James O'Keefe. Understand, the masses will look at this and they won't think anything of it. They know absolutely nothing about Masonry because it's not taught in the public school system. So to them, it's not part of the equation of figuring things out. When you see all these so-called leaders throughout history, such as Adolf Hitler, Angela Merkel, you see these televangelists doing the Masonic hand signs, they are all part of the rigged reality. Michelle Obama, more like Michael, and Donald Trump. It's interesting enough, you have a Democrat doing the same hand sign as a Republican. Of course, because they're all one working together against us. Taking a look at this photo of James O'Keefe. This article just came out today. Trump used his foundation to fund guerrilla filmmaker James O'Keefe. $10,000. Okay, this is a photo back from 2010 where he's supposed to being released from jail. He being a Mason, no doubt whatsoever he didn't spend a day in jail. Just because they have a photo in front of a jailhouse doesn't mean he spent a day in jail. Understand, they own the police. The police departments are a Masonic organization. Just like you see with these Chicago police officers with the checkerboard band wrapped around their hats. Here at New Scotland Yard, see again the Masonic band around the head. And you see the Masonic Lodge itself. Going to Australia, more of the same. People can't see what's taking place here. How the world's a stage. U.S., Europe, Australia, they all have the same Masonic band. Because, of course, Freemasonry is international. Just taking a look here at this Masonic police pin. Of course, you see the police and you see the G. And the police is 33 in numerology, telling you it's a Freemasonic enterprise. And again, the G itself is a 33. A through Z is 1 through 26. You flip it around, flip it over. Get your G again, you get your 33. So it's the dual 33s with police and the G. Taking a look here, again, demonstrating how Freemasonry is an international enterprise. Taking a look at this foreign patch with Iran. So all the writing and then police, because they need to keep that 33 in place. The world being a stage, you look at all these police cars from around the world, from China, you see all the Chinese letters, but they have to have that police for 33. Just like you see here as well in Japan. Got your Japanese writing, you have police for 33. Now getting back to James O'Keefe's film, let's take a look here at this clip I showed earlier, a still frame. And you see all these letters in these boxes. And what's up with this? You know, they don't do this for no reason whatsoever. Nothing, doesn't spell anything, doesn't make sense. But if you understand Freemasonry, once again, you understand this is all coded. Just take a look here. HGSDNNKS. Okay, there you go. You get your 33. This is a Mason. This is a Masonic deception taking place on the world stage. Now again, take a look at Scott Focal here, doing the Masonic, eye of illumination, holding the glasses. I'll show more images of this with Freemasons. Take a look here, JGSDSDSD. Okay, you get your 23. I pointed out before. This is the code for 9/11. 9/11/2001. You add up all the numbers. In numerology, the zeros don't mean anything. You get your 23. Just like Jim Carrey's movie, number 23 is 33 as well. That's how they do it. Now getting back to this, again, this photo of Scott Focal holding the glasses. Take a look here. Take a look here at Clinton, Hillary Clinton, doing the same exact Masonic hand pose. Of course, as I mentioned many times before, Bill Clinton changed his name from Bill Blythe to Bill Clinton to get 33 with Clinton. Okay, there you go. Just like Bill Gates doing the same exact hand sign, no different whatsoever. Bill Gates' full name is 33. Understand they use first names, last names, or combined names to get to 33. As long as it's 33, one way or the other. Just like when you see here with this Microsoft Windows logo, Windows 95, you see the hidden in plain sight 33 within the window in the design itself. Just more images. The occultic, again, holding of the glasses, the eye of illumination. Even though John Carpenter is not wearing glasses, he's still doing the eye of illumination. Talking about the number 33 in this rigged reality, the debates last night, Hillary Clinton mentioning supposedly more than 33,000 Americans are killed by guns each year. This is an incorrect number. They just want to get in that number 33. Okay, just like you see here as well, with the 33,000 supposedly deleted emails regarding Benghazi. Now, as far as Donald Trump is concerned, let's take a listen what Newt Gingrich had to say with Bill O'Reilly about Donald Trump not being basically a Mason. Again, this is how deep the deception goes. They want to make us believe that Donald Trump is his own man. He's not a Mason when they're all Masons. And the layer of deception runs deep.
And now they're faced with a very real prospect of Donald Trump becoming the leader of the party, and it absolutely drives them crazy. They just cannot imagine sharing. Well, because he's an outsider. He's not them. He's not part of the club. He's uncontrollable. He hasn't been through the initiation rites. He didn't belong to the secret society. And I think that they don't see him. They have no idea.
And again, trying to pass off Donald Trump as a non-Mason when everybody part of the rigged reality are Masons. Now, some might say, well, this news story with James O'Keefe, it hasn't hit the mainstream news, so it must not be part of the rigged reality. Of course it is. Just made Fox News, again with Newt Gingrich talking about it. In the statement, in the quote, I should say, from Scott Focal, right here as you see. Now, another puppet in the game, another Club 33 member with Ben Carson talking about Trump's claims that the elections are rigged. Of course they're rigged. And Trump is part of the rigged reality. Take a look here at Ben Carson. Just another, again, Club 33 member on the part of the world stage. Now, I just saw this latest headlines from Forbes with this news article. Donald Trump could be the first orange president. Just take a look at that orange skin. Of course, all about the occult. Taking a closer look at Donald Trump. Obviously, he's putting orange makeup on his face. Take a look at his ears, a little bit lighter color. Inside of his eyes, a little bit lighter. This is definitely orange makeup. These people are obsessed with the number 33. Because orange is the only color in numerology that is 33. This is how far they go. They're obsessed with the number 33. This is, of course, a reference to the number 33. A biblical reference to the 33% of the fallen angels. 1/3. 33%. This is what it's all about with that number 33. Just like this debacle, this staged event where this man here climbed the side of Trump Tower, was snatched up by police. Just so happened to happen at 3:30. I think this is just a coincidence. Like I always say, you're definitely a coincidence theorist with this number 33. The Daily Beast, 33% time spent talking about Donald Trump. Here is the Masonic logo, the Order Out of Chaos 33. Like I stated earlier, the reason you'll see the 33 in the G, and you'll see that inverted pyramid or inverted diamond. This is the hand sign they make, like I showed earlier with James O'Keefe. Basically, this is a pyramid or upside down triangle hand sign they make. That's what it's all about. This is the hand sign right in plain sight. And again, the G is the 33, as I shown earlier. That's what it's all about. The thing is coded. Now, talking about the history, the foundation of this country, To understand the entire deception, let's take a look here at Christopher Columbus. Of course, a Mason himself, propped up. Just take a look at his name. You get your CC with the initials. Of course, C being the third letter in the alphabet, you get your 33. Just like George Washington, the first U.S. president, listed as a Freemason and first president in that order. It tells you the order of importance. Of course, the G33 as well. Nothing but a deceiver, just like the rest in our fake fabricated history. Take a look here in Washington, the George Washington Masonic Memorial. And again, you get your 33. Here's a sky view, I should say. Top view. You see basically the phallus symbol as well with the building itself. Just the foundation of how Masons own and control it all. When you see the reference with Steve Jobs in the quote mentioning 33 years looking in a mirror, and the mirror reflection is all about Masonry and duality. Take a look at the concept of the Macintosh, the Apple Macintosh computer. They don't pull this out of thin air with these concepts. The Masons see letters. The so-called elite, the Masons, see numbers. When they look at the name Macintosh, they see 33. Okay, that's what it's all about. Just like the entire concept of Masonry and Satanism. Bite into an apple, of course, a reference to the Garden of Eden with the apple. And of course, the price tag of $666.66. It says also includes 4K bytes RAM. Of course, K, the exoteric meaning is 1,000 when it comes to the K. But to them, the K is the 11th letter in the alphabet. This is 4 times 11, the occult of 44 bytes. Of course, again, a reference to biting into an apple and RAM. This is basically a horned deity with the RAM. So everything they do, again, is coded in plain sight. Just like Bank of America, the red and blue making purple royalty. You get the 2 dashes, 3 sets, which basically are 11. You get your occult of 33. Taking a look here at Buzz Aldrin, all these people, all deceivers, all Masons. Okay? Thought of space flight. Just take a look here. Supposedly, Edgar Mitchell and 2 other astronauts spent a record of 33 hours on the moon surface. Nothing but a hoax, nothing but a Masonic lie. Okay? Everything's a lie. Just like here, supposedly took place in Oklahoma City with Timothy McVeigh. I'm not saying they didn't blow up a building, but definitely this was a complete hoax. Basically, just a demolition. And Timothy McVeigh just played the role, this character, in the supposed execution at the age of 33. Just like with this news story with 33 U.S. military members having contracted Zika. And they had the time of 3:30 on this news article on CNN. And also in movies, going back to 1986 with the James Cameron Aliens movie, and they show the Masonic ring. This is how they do it. In plain sight, and millions upon millions of people will see this and have no clue what they're looking at. Just like in Australia, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, directed by George Miller. Miller is 33 as well. And you get the Masonic square and compass in the black gown as well. This is going back to 1985. Now, going to the 90s with Pulp Fiction. In this scene with Bruce Willis in the pawn shop looking for a weapon. Right in plain sight is the little car with the 33 on it. This is put there, not by chance, not by coincidence, with that number 33. Just like this music video from the music band 311. Of course, just puppets. They're given this name. Their whole entire concept was given to them. Those behind the scenes, they look for talent. They shape and form them to what you see on TV. They have no idea about Masonry. They're just, again, nothing more than puppets. Just useful idiots. Just like this music video, going back to the 80s with Nina 99 Luft Balloons. And they show her walking through this minefield, and you see the 33 in the background. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. Once again, for the coincidence theorists out there. Take a look here. More recent guest store. It's called G by Guest. The entire concept, of course, all about Masonry. Okay, there you go again with your 33 with the G. And the name itself, once again, G by Guess. You get your 33. This is how far they go to get that number 33 in. Now, One thing I want to mention, I should have mentioned it earlier about, again, when it comes to these movies, which I showed Aliens here, Mad Max, and Pulp Fiction, directed by Quentin Tarantino. Understand, you're not going to make it as a writer, producer, or director in Hollywood unless you're a Mason. Okay, that's simple. So for all those that want to make it in Hollywood, you're not going to be a director, writer, or producer unless you go through the stages of being a Mason, going through the initiations. These movies are basically about propaganda. Entertainment is second. That's all over society. You'll see names. Well, you see names, the so-called elite, these Masons see numbers. J.C. Penney, as you see here, the founder of J.C. Penney, James Cash Penney. The reason he went by J.C. Penney, because J.C. Penney is 33. Okay? So you have all these millions upon millions of people shopping at J.C. Penney throughout the decades, the century. How many people know about this? Not very many. Just like the concept with Walgreens. As you see here, again, we see, the masses see the name Walgreens. The Masons see numbers, Walgreens 33. And also you see the cauldron. You see the stars within the cauldron as well, all about witchcraft. They'll tell you, oh, it has to do with medicine, and this is a mortal and pestle. They're always going to give you false means. Of course, the flu shots. Flus basically contain mercury. They're poisonous. To move along with the matrix, this world, the matrix of 33, with Capital One, Venture, and Quicksilver. These names and concepts, once again, are not pulled out of thin air. Okay, Venture just happens to be 33. Quicksilver, as shown once again, you get your 33. Of course, you're going to get your 33. It's a Freemason world. And again, talk about how the masses, they see names. They see Fox. Fox News. Okay? Red and blue, purple. As I shown earlier with Bank of America. Same concept of red and blue making purple for royalty. Purple is very, of course, popular in witchcraft as well. Taking a look here, once again, at Fox. Again, the number system, you're going to get your 666 with Pythagorean numerology. As you see here on this chart. Fox 666. Just like USA, like I put up before. U is a 3, the S is a 1, and the A is a 1. You get your 311 for USA or 33. Getting back to, again, when it comes to Fox and 666, just like you see here with Triple X, this bottled type of water drink, fruit flavor, and other type of assorted flavors, you also get your 666. 3 X's is 3 6's. There's nothing new. This entire concept, there's nothing new under the sun like the Bible states. You get your 666 in plain sight. Just like Triple X porn, the same thing. Just like you see here with 20th Century Fox. Like I stated many times, movies are not about entertainment. They are to the public. They're more about social programming. You get your 666. So, this is the world matrix. Once again, things are not what it seems. And if you understand how these Masons work, it's by the number system. Once you learn this concept of the number system, you're going to get the entire concept of how they work and how they operate.